All right, so you probably clicked on this video because you thought the thumbnail was interesting and you want to know about a about a real church social media strategy made easy. What do you actually need to grow on social media? What does your church need to be doing right now to reach more people with the gospel? I see we already have several people on here that are interested in learning and really deepening their focus in learning about church social media. We've got Callie Ball. We've got Kelsey Young. Says, hi, Alana, and congratulations. For those of you that don't know, I just passed 1,000 subscribers. Our church just crossed 145,000 YouTube subscribers. That's awesome. We've got several people watching on. Great to see all of you on here. But today, let's go ahead and get into the first tip. My first tip is post consistently. Post consistently. Now, this isn't very hard for churches to do because you're posting once, or you're going live once a week, or you're going live twice a week, whatever it is, but post consistently and have your audience know when you're posting. And this is kind of an extra side little tip. Focus on your branding. So let's say if you're on YouTube, and we'll discuss this more later, if you're on YouTube, do your channel art, actually work on your channel art and spend some time getting it right down to where you want it to be, because that's what people see and that's where they decide, should I subscribe to this channel? Is it what I want to subscribe to? Also, work on your thumbnails, and we'll be talking in depth about thumbnails in a future video and a little bit in today's video as well, so you want to be sure that you stay tuned for that. I'm looking for my cover image real fast. Oh, it's right. It was right there. Oh well, it disappeared. There it is. I found it. Let's add it in so you can see kind of what I've been focusing on for my YouTube channel banner. So this is what it looks like. You'll see it's got a picture of me, which, people like that. I don't like it that much, but hey. And it's also got my name. It's got the few words on it. Not a ton of words, but a few words. So you'll see all these little social media icons, and then underneath it, media tips and tools for churches. That is what my channel is about. Subscribe today for weekly videos, so people automatically know as soon as they're subscribing, okay, this person's going to be posting weekly, and I can expect that in my newsfeed. So that's something important to note. Post consistently. Next up, you want to decide where you should be posting. So decide where you should be posting. And I actually did a video about this. I'll link it up right there. Decide where you should be posting. This is powerful because I was actually reading a blog earlier today, and they said don't be posting the same thing on all platforms. Certain platforms do better for certain things. Like YouTube is more for long-form content, video content. Facebook is more for, a lot of text, personalized live streams, and I've done several teachings on this that I'll link up in the description as well. I actually linked up a video in the description called Facebook versus YouTube. Which one should your church be on? Very important. So decide where you should be posting. Use those videos that I gave you to decide where you should be posting. Next up, spend time on your thumbnails and titles. Spend time on your thumbnails and titles. It's worth it. Okay, you need to be spending time on your thumbnails and on your titles for each individual live stream as well. You'll notice for this live stream, we've got several. Kelsey Young, great to see you. They said, hello, friends. Terradillo said, hey. Kelsey Young, Cassidy Ball says hi. All these people, they've got their profile pictures and they've spent time working on that, but many people don't focus on their YouTube thumbnails. They'll get their profile picture and it'll be a nice little selfie, but they don't, all the thumbnail of the video will be is a still from the live video. And it's really, that's one of the main deciding factors why people aren't clicking on your videos. In YouTube, you'll see a metric called CTA, or CTR, click-through rate. That's whenever they see your thumbnail and they decide to click through. So you might have a 5% click-through rate, and that's actually pretty good. But this thumbnail, I spent probably 20 or 30 minutes on this thumbnail. It's an interesting one. But I spent a lot of time on it. And that's what I want you to do for your regular Sunday morning service before you even go live. That's what we've been doing, and it really tells YouTube immediately, on the onset, what this video is about and who YouTube should be recommending it to. That's powerful. So spend time on your thumbnails and on your titles. Number four is engage. Engage. Now, in an online culture, how can we actually engage with our audience? How can we keep people engaged? People are commenting on this, and, it's great to see people engaging, but how would I engage with them? People think it's bad to have an online ministry because, well, I don't even know why they say that. Yeah, there are pros and cons to having an online ministry, and I'm actually working on some interviews later where we'll go deep in that subject. And some people would argue that you need to have an in-person ministry and not focus on online. But my question to you is, what would happen if someone walked through your church doors on a Sunday morning and nobody greeted them, nobody said, "Hey, how you doing? Welcome to Encounter Today, our church," or wherever your church is? Would they feel welcome? That's kind of what we've been doing to our YouTube audience, to our Facebook audience, to our Instagram audience. They've come in to receive from us, but we don't like welcome them in and say, "Hey, Timothy, how are you doing? Hey, Kelsey Young, it's great to see you on here." I know her from another ministry, so it's great to see her on here. But we don't really do that in church. We need to start doing that. And one thing that my pastor does is, if there's a prayer request that's sounds legitimate, we take time and pray for them. Okay, and I'll save a comment for the end of service and give it to him at the end of service. That way he can pray over it. And we've had live streams that were interrupted by prayer requests. It's insane. People like, "I need prayer for cancer," or "I need prayer for my family to be saved." And it's turned into a prayer meeting. That's how powerful online engagement can be if we steward it correctly. So first of all, you need to warm people up. You need to say, "Where are you watching from? Let me know in the comments." In fact, if you're watching this, let me know, where are you watching from? Put it in the comments section of this video and make a point. Like, have people actually put it in there. Kathy Little says, "I wonder if having food in the thumbnail helps." I'm sure that helps. But have them put where they're watching from in the comments section below. People have already done it on here. Kathy Little's watching from Albemarle. Kelsey is watching from Bangor. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. So that kind of warms them up to getting ready to post comments more and more. And then they think, okay, every time I post a comment, he says, "Wow, it's great to see you watching from Bangor. Wow, if I post something, he's probably going to read my comment." And I actually, for our church, I read through all the comments live. So I'm in the chat. Put an amen in the comments if you're enjoying this today, or put an amen if he's stepping on your toes as much as he is mine. That kind of thing. It gets people engaged, and it keeps them engaged. One of the YouTube rules, I've heard this said before, is you've got to get them watching, keep them watching, get them engaging, and then don't let them leave. And we'll be going deep in that on this channel, but keep them engaged. Actually keep them commenting, liking. People don't realize that liking a video helps that video to get out to more people. And when you tell your congregation that, they can take it and they can run with it. So that's why I think it's important to engage with your online audience. Pray with them live on a live stream. They're not there, but they can hear your voice. And imagine handkerchiefs and aprons. It's the same thing. Your voice praying over them. The Bible talks about the power of words. Speaking that over them and them receiving it, that's powerful, and that can happen online. Number 5, now I'm about to get to the final tip, but first I want you to like this video and comment below if you have a question about this. I'm going to go into really in-depth trainings here on the channel. This is just a short little introduction kind of to YouTube success and that kind of thing. But number 5 is an interesting one, because you're going to be like, "Whoa, really?" Because this is cool. So number 5 is follow the 3 steps. Evan, what in the world are the 3 steps? So recently, and I linked it up in the description below, I did a video where I talked about 3 steps to YouTube success. That's not what I called it, but I should have called it that because that's a cool title. 3 steps. Put that in the comments. 3 steps to YouTube success. Come on, keep them engaged. 3 steps to YouTube success. And it involves 3 different things that you should start doing on your church social media. 3 different things. And I'll let you watch the video to find out what those 3 are. One of them involves a secret strategy that not many people are teaching. So be sure to watch this video right here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this training helped you, and I'll see you in that video. Peace.